Good morning, students. Let us come back to our biology class. Today we are going to discuss subaerial stem modifications. Students, do you know what are subaerial stems? Stems present partially aerial and partially underground are called subaerial stems. That means the stem which grow partially above the ground and partially below the ground are called subaerial stems. These are found in some weak-stemmed plants and they are used for vegetative propagation. The subaerial stems are four types. They are runners, stolons, suckers, offsets. These are the four types of subaerial stems or subaerial stem modifications. Let us discuss one by one in a detailed form. Runners. The subaerial stems creep horizontally on the soil are called runners. Listen, runners always grow horizontally on the soil. Such a stems we can call as runners. These are found in some weak-stemmed plants like Hydrocotyl vulgaris. They are rooted at every node. What is node? The parts of a stem where leaves are attached. That parts we are calling as nodes. Next, the gap between two nodes we can call as internodes. So these are the definition of nodes and internodes. So the runners are rooted at every node. When internode break off, the nodes lead an independent life. It is called vegetative propagation. Listen, this is the breakage of internodes. So when internode break off, the nodes lead an independent life. Example, Hydrocotyl vulgaris, Lippia nodiflora, some species of oxalis. Next we can discuss stolons. The subaerial stem developed from the lower branches of the stem are called stolons. So what is a stolon? The subaerial stems which develop from the lower branches of the stem we can call as stolon. They grow obliquely downwards. So in which way it can grow? Obliquely towards down. When these branches touches the soil, produce adventitious root into the soil. When this stolon touches in the ground, what will develop? Adventitious roots will develop. When these branches are separated from the mother plant, leave as an independent plant. These branches are called stolon. The method of raising plants vegetatively by layering depend mainly on stolon principles. Example, Jasminum, Nerium, Rusa. Next we can discuss suckers. The subaerial stems developed from the underground part of the stem are called suckers. So what are suckers? The subaerial stem which develop from underground part of the stem we can call as suckers. So it always developed from underground part of the stem. That's why we are calling it as a suckers. These are underground branches and grow obliquely upwards. In the case of suckers, it grow obliquely upward direction. These are developed from the axillary buds. What is meant by axillary buds? The buds present in the axial of the stem. That buds we can call as auxiliary buds. So, suckers are developed from the axillary buds of the underground part of the stem. These branches produce many adventitious roots from the lower surface. So suckers, from the suckers what will develop? Many adventitious roots can develop. These branches separate from the mother plant, leave us independent life. So when it is separated from the mother plant, it will lead us an independent life. Example, chrysanthemum, mentha. Next we can discuss offsets. The subaerial stems which are short, slender branches of one internodal length are called offsets. So what is the nature of this offsets? They are very short and having slender branches. This is the slender branches and length of these branches is one internodal length. So we can call it as offsets. These are found in free-floating hydrophytes like Pistia and Eichhornia. Eichhornia otherwise we can call as water hyacinth. These are rarely found in terrestrial plants like Agave americana. They grow horizontally on the surface of water. In these plants, the stem is reduced to a disc-like structure. So this is the disc-like structure. In these plants, the stem is reduced to a disc-like structure. Many leaves are developed from this stem in rosette manner. So, from this stem, what can arise? Many leaves can arise in which manner? Rosette manner. So, this is the rosette manner of leaves. The axillary buds of these leaves develop into offsets. So offsets are always forming from the axillary buds of. The apex of each offset bears a clusters of leaves on the upper side and adventitious roots on the lower side. So from the offsets towards upside what will arise? Many leaves can arise. Towards down what will arise? Many adventitious roots will arise. When these offsets break off, they develop into new plants. When these offsets breakage take place like this way, and after breakage they develop into new plants. Next we can discuss the terror of Bengal. Water hyacinth or Icornia we are calling as the terror of Bengal because water hyacinth is one of the fastest growing weeds found in standing water of ponds and lakes. It floats in water with the help of spongy and inflated petioles of leaves. It grows by means of offsets which bear leaves and roots in clusters at the nodes. Once it starts growing, its eradication becomes very difficult. It was introduced in India for its broad and attractive leaves and showy flowers. The luxurious growth of water hyacinth makes water oxygen deficient and fishes start dying for want of oxygen. Listen, water hyacinth. It is one of the fastest growing weeds found in standing water. It floats in water with the help of spongy and inflated petioles of the leaves. So this is the spongy inflated petioles of the leaves. It grows by means of offset which bear leaves and roots in clusters at the nodes. So from the nodes what can arise? Clusters of leaves and roots can develop. Once it starts growing, its eradication becomes very difficult. Already I told it is a fast growing weed or it is the fastest growing weeds. That's why its eradication is difficult. It was introduced in our India for its broad and attractive leaves and showy flower. So this is the broad leaves of this Icornia and attractive flowers. For this purpose only we introduced Icornia in India. The luxurious growth of water hyacinth makes water oxygen deficient and fishes started dying for want of oxygen. After the growth of this water hyacinth, it started to use all the water containing oxygen and finally oxygen deficiency took place in water. It leads to the death of aquatic animals like fishes. That's why we are calling it as a terror of Bengal. Especially it is related with Bengal, okay? Let us revise the summary. Subaerial stem modifications. Stems present partially aerial and partially underground is called subaerial stems. The subaerial stem modifications are 4 types. They are runners. The subaerial stems creep horizontally on the soil are called runners. Examples: Hydrocotyl vulgaris, Lippia nodiflora, some species of oxalis. Stolons. Subaerial stem develop from the lower branches of the stem are called stolons. Example: Nerium jasminum rosa. Suckers. Subaerial stems develop from the underground part of the stem are called suckers. Example: Chrysanthemum mentha. Offsets. Subaerial stems which are short, slender branches of one internodal length are called offsets. Examples: agave, americana, pistia and eichhornia. Dear students, revise this topic very clearly. I will come with a new video in the next class. Till then, bye.